Welcome to Leaving Nothing to Chance, your go-to podcast where we bring you insights from some of the most influential voices in small business and personal development. Each week, we dive deep into conversations with top thought leaders, authors, and business moguls from around the world, sharing their secrets to success and strategies for growth. Tune in for exclusive content that will inspire, motivate, and equip you to take your journey to the next level. This is Leaving Nothing to Chance.
Mr. Brian Carruthers, how are you, buddy?
Hey, John.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's so good to see you, first of all. And we're both a little older. I got more gray, and
I've got none.
You got none, but
there we go. I got some gray hair.
Life happens, right? And a lot of good things have happened for both of us over the years. But let's talk about you, because you've become not only a network marketing legend, and we're going to talk about that in our subsequent interview, but let's talk a little bit about your guidance in the financial community, because not only people in direct selling follow you, but people in the business community as a whole, investors, between your, not only your success in network marketing, but also your success in real estate prior, your family's success. You really got the whole package. So talk a little bit about your guidance, number one. Number two, got game, and how people can get their game better, more importantly, and where they can get your books.
Yeah. As my background coming out of the real estate world, I had, all through my 20s, I was out grinding. And I was making six figures by the time I was 24, so I was making good money at an early age, but as we know, a lot of times that means you're sacrificing time. So I was working nights and weekends, like 60, 70 hours a week to make six figures in real estate as a real estate agent. And at age 28, I had the fortune to meet some incredible entrepreneurs, you being one of them. And these entrepreneurs actually became mentors for me. I learned about how to stop trading my time for money and how to build assets that will spit off passive residual cash flow that would come in when I'm not working. Like Warren Buffett has famously said, assuming it's him, who knows, but if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. And so that became very important to me. I went on a mission to build wealth in a way where it was going to be not only scalable, sustainable, but live beyond me. And it's basically residual income. I got into network marketing, and by the time I was 30, I made my first $1 million. Now I've gone on to make tens of millions of dollars of personal income. But what's more important than that, because we all see a lot of people that do something, work really hard, or they invent something really neat, or they build a business and they generate a bunch of cash flow. But at the end of the day, look at their net worth. What have they kept from it, and how are they stewarding that money? What's their bottom line? What's their net worth? Most people's net worth is very low. And even in my network marketing industry, I see people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and at the end of the year, if you got honest with them and say, show me your balance sheet, like how much is your net worth right now, and their smile turns upside down. And so I became really mission driven to not only build wealth for me and for my family and our future, but also to help other people do the same thing. So I've been very blessed to now have 6 best-selling books on wealth building and entrepreneurship. 4 of them are full-size books, 2 of them are little guys like this one. Really, I do enjoy the opportunity to help people to become aware. Awareness is step number 1. If you're not aware of your circumstances, you're not aware of your financial picture and what it actually means. Some people think, oh, I got $50,000 in the bank, I'm well off. If you lost your income tomorrow, that $50,000, if you have a $5,000 cost of living every month, that means in 10 months, you're on the street homeless with $50,000. So from that perspective, do you feel wealthy? Probably not. You probably feel like, oh, geez, maybe I'm not as well off as I thought I was.
Exactly. How can somebody, if there were 3 things, Brian, somebody could do today, whether they're our age, right? Whether I'm in my 60s, you're in your 50s. If they're our age, maybe they're a little younger, they've started a family maybe, they're getting their first house, they're going through all that, right? Which you and I did as well, and most people do. Or maybe they're even a little bit older. They're in their 70s. And they still are at that point where they say, you know what? I got more in the tank. I need to do something, okay? How do they get game? What are 3 things that they can do today immediately without breaking a sweat to get themselves started?
I'm glad you're asking me this question so other people can hear you asking the question, because that question is typically not asked. Most people that I've met and most people I've coached, which is tens of thousands of people by now all over the world, most people are just going through the motions. They got set on this course, this path of get up, go to work, come home, feed the kids, go to bed. Get up, go to work, come home, feed the kids, go to bed. And they're just doing that for years and decades, thinking that they're on the right track. And then when they finally realize, whether they're in their late 40s or their 50s or their 60s or their 70s, oh my gosh, I'm not prepared. Like, I will not be able to retire. I'll be a greeter at Chick-fil-A or something because I can't afford to retire. So I think awareness is number one. Everybody should assess where their situation is right now and what it's going to look like when they retire and what their finances are going to need to look like. To have a semblance of a comfortable lifestyle, they should have at least a few $1 million liquid in the bank. So all to say, I'll talk about two of the books. Number one, the one that came out in 2019, just before COVID, I released Untrapped Freedom Manifesto. Everybody that I talk to says they want time freedom. But if you have to keep on giving away your time to get more money, you can't have time freedom because you need money. So you have to keep giving away your time to get new money. So the only way to get real time freedom is to be financially free, which means you've got to have assets that are spitting off passive residual cash flow that comes in when you're not working. And most people have no idea what that actually means. When I express that for the first time, somebody hearing that, they're like, what do you mean? How do you make money when you're not working? Because they don't teach you that in school. They teach you how to go get a degree, trade it at an employer to go get money, a salary for that degree, for that time you're going to expend. And when I learned about network marketing, and my particular company with Legal Shield, for example, I saw that I could market a service, and when somebody buys that service, they're signing up for a subscription, like an insurance agent sells a subscription, an insurance policy. They get a nice commission up front, then every year the policy automatically renews, they get automatic renewal income. Now, looking back on that, would I choose real estate or insurance? I don't know. I was born into a real estate family, but I wish I was born into an insurance family, because building a book, I don't have a book of real estate clients I keep getting paid on. You get paid when you do a deal, and then it's done, and you got to go do another deal. With insurance, you build up a book of business, and that book keeps on paying you. So when I saw Legal Shield, I said, my gosh, I can sell a legal plan to somebody for $30-some a month, and every month they keep paying for the service, I keep getting paid. So I'm like, this is the key to freedom. So I went out and built a really large customer base in Legal Shield that pays me a very significant income that comes in whether I get up in the morning or not. That gives me peace of mind, knowing that God forbid something ever happens to me, my wife and my 3 boys, they'll have that cash flow coming in even if Dad's not around working for it anymore. I think it's important for anybody that is trading their time for money right now to figure out how to find a business model where they can work a business part-time. It's the power of part-time. Anybody can say they're busy. I was busy. I almost missed the opportunity. I was already working 60, 70 hours a week, and I almost said I'm too busy to get into Legal Shield because I'm too busy chasing my next real estate transaction. Thankfully, I didn't say no to the opportunity, and I got involved split-second marketing. 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there. It might be 5 or 10 hours a week that somebody can devote to a side business like this, but split-second marketing, by that, how long does it take you to tell a friend about a great movie? Or a great restaurant, or a great book, or a great vacation spot? It's a second. It's a part of conversation. In those situations, you just don't get paid. And you don't get paid residually either. So if you can find a business like the one I found, where you can go out and tell somebody about a great service, for example, and they sign up and you get paid a nice commission check the next day, but more importantly, a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, they keep getting paid over and over again, that's the key to freedom. So speaking of the Got Game book, I was speaking in Chicago a couple of years ago, and I was getting in the elevator to go downstairs to do this talk. And I knew that one of the things he was going to ask me in the interview on that stage was, could you attribute something that might be intangible that people are not aware of that has helped you to become successful as you have been as an entrepreneur? And as I was walking down the hallway and getting into that elevator, this acronym GAME popped into my head. I don't know where it came from, and it stands for Great Associations, Mentors, and Environment. And so I wrote a book called Got Game, Supercharge Your Chances of achieving success in anything. And so whether it's a business, or whether it's golfing, or playing the guitar, or singing, or anything you want to pursue, if you get around great associations, great mentors, and great environment, let's talk about associations, you become who you hang around. Hang around 5 broke friends, you're bound to be the 6th one. Hang around 5 millionaires, you're bound to be the 6th one. If they drink, you'll drink. If they curse, you'll curse. If they go to church, you go to church. You just become who you hang around. You ever see somebody hang around their pet so much they start looking like their dog? So your associations are always working on you. And I chose to get around people that were entrepreneurs, that were very successful, you being one of them, that were making a lot of money, but they had a lifestyle, so they had time and money together. I know a lot of people make a lot of money and they're miserable because they have no time freedom. I know a lot of people that have tons of time, but they're broke and they're also miserable. I wanted associations that had the lifestyle that I wanted, so I can emulate them, copy them, figure out what they were doing to get it so I can do it too. Great associations, then great mentors. I'm a big believer. So I was speaking right here in Southern California. I got a text from Grant Cardone's pilot, Ryan, who said, hey, I see you're in town doing an event. Grant's right down the street doing an event too. Why don't you pop over? Grant would love to see you. I'll get you a seat up front. So I just hopped in a car, went over there, and I sat there front row, and I was listening to Grant talk that day, and he said something that is super important in my opinion. He said, everybody always talks about failing forward. You know, if you want to succeed, just fail faster. And he said, there's nothing wrong with failing, but I'd avoid it if I had the choice. Like, why fail if instead you can go find people who've already gone through the failures, figured out what doesn't work and figured out what does work, and then just copy what works and avoid the things that don't work. I'm like, that's brilliant. But you're not going to get that shortcut. You're not going to get that hack unless you go get around the mentors who've already figured out what works and what doesn't work. And a mentor is somebody that is willing to lean in and personally give you their time, energy, attention, and knowledge to help you achieve what they achieved. And I ask people all the time, who's your mentor? Oh, my dad or my mom. No, that's your parent. Who's your mentor? Somebody who's achieved massive success in what you're trying to do and is helping you personally to do it. When I got into network marketing, I found great associations, people that were already achieving success in the very business that I was going to pursue. I found great mentors who the company paid an override on my business to help me and my business win. So if I made $1 million a year and my mentor in the company made an extra $100K a year for helping me make $1 million, we're both high-fiving. And then the great environment. And that's probably one of the very important things that people overlook. In life, it's a lot easier when you put yourself in the right environments. If you hang around negative people that want to just hold you down because they don't want you to succeed, if you succeed, it's going to make them feel more like a failure. So a lot of your friends and family don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to go start a business and go out there and win because they're going to look like, oh, I'm just a chump here. We used to hang out together. Now you're out there traveling, taking the family on vacations, and I'm sitting here doing staycations at home, cleaning my backyard because I can't afford to go. Who do you think you are now, Mr. Louis Vuitton or whatever? It's like people don't want you to win.
Exactly.
So you got to get in an environment where people do want you to win, and it's all about personal development and growth and all that kind of thing. So that's why I wrote this little booklet, because I wanted to be just a short, sweet, concise, to the point. If you can get around great associations, mentors, and environment, you 10x your chance of becoming successful in whatever it is that you're pursuing.
One of the things I love about that, Brian, too, is that if you can't read this book in 10 minutes, if it takes you longer than that, you got a problem.
Or if you're a guy like me, and if it takes you that long to go to the bathroom, just take it in the bathroom.
I was going to say, Paul Meyer, who was one of your mentors, okay, and I knew Paul, I got him as one of mine, okay, great Paul J. Meyer, and of course, Charlie Tremendous Jones. They were both advocates of these little booklets. Yeah. Because in 10 or 15 minutes, you either got it enough to go forward, or you say, yeah, it's not for me. So I love it. Hey, tell them real fast where they can get all of your books, including Building an Empire, one of my favorites, by the way. I've read it 3 times.
Oh, good.
So tell everybody where they can get the books.
Yeah, BrianCarruthers.com. And you can go into the store tab and got my books. I got different training programs and all that. And look, here's the thing. Most people are not readers. As soon as you're done having to read for school or having to read a manual for a job, after that, most people don't read. And if they do read, most of them are reading fiction, novels, or whatever. In order for your income to grow, you need to grow.
Exactly.
Money, like water, seeks its own level. And if somebody's making $50,000 a year and they want to make $250,000 a year, how in the world are they going to get there? And if by some chance they luck into some situation where they're suddenly making a whole lot of money, if they don't become a $250,000 a year person, the money's going to come right back down to who they are. So I'm a big believer that you've got to be willing to pick up a book. 10 pages of a good book every day. It takes you, 10, 15? If you're a slow reader, I'm a really slow reader. I really do not like reading. I don't know if I've never been diagnosed. I've never seen somebody about it, but literally I'll read a page and I'll be like, oh my gosh, my brain went off the page. I got to go back and reread it again because I don't know the words I just read. But I still do the reading And I've read a lot of books over the years because I like what I get from reading. I don't go to the gym because I like going to the gym. I don't like going to the gym, frankly. But I'll still work out because I like the results I get from working out. So for anybody that's not a reader, decide to become a reader. It doesn't mean you have to read a book a day or a book a week, but literally 10 pages of a good book that's going to grow you. In 1 year, you're going to be so much further along than anybody else in your social circles.
Brian, it said all leaders are readers and all readers are leaders. So we know that. So thank you so much. Continue good success in your business and your writing, enjoying it. I've shared it with people. I have some people in my own downline use your book sometimes and reference it. And I'm like, I know that guy.
Yes.
Thanks much, buddy.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check back weekly for more exciting episodes. And don't miss Ink and Insight every Wednesday, where we celebrate iconic authors and dive into their impactful works.